The Las Vegas Raiders have risen. Christian Wilkins, the biggest marquee name on the market, has signed a massive contract to become a silver and black Las Vegas Raider. And now he will team up with Max, the Madman, the Mad Max Crosby. And at quarterback, Gardner Minshew. Minshew Mania is running wild, baby. And it's in Las Vegas. Have you ever seen a quarterback like Gardner Minshew embody the essence of Kenny Stabler and Las Vegas all at the same time, brother? Because Minshew Mania in 2024 is going to run wild on you, Ben. You, Chiefs Kingdom. The Mahomes rules will apply to Christian Wilkins. And the Raiders have a new starting quarterback. I can't wait to watch this team. Minshew has always been one of my favorites. He's a great character. He's a great guy. He, at 27 years old, turning 28 in May, is still a relatively young quarterback in this league. He started 13 games in 2023, winning 7, losing 6. He was, in fact, a Pro Bowl quarterback when it was all said and done, with 3,305 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 9 picks. He also had 2 game-winning drives, 2 fourth-quarter comebacks, a 84.6 passer rating, and in terms of rushing, he had 100 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing to make that a total of 18 touchdowns to 9 picks. So, Gardner Minshew, what do I like about him? First of all, I like his moxie. I like his swagger. I like his confidence. I like his ability to lead a team and lead a group of men. I think that players love him in the locker room. Players respect him. Players want to play with him. He's a fun personality, and he's easy to root for as a fan. If I was a fan of the Raiders, I'd love to root for Gardner Minshew. It's easy. I'd also get some jorts so that I can go to the game and dress up like Gardner Minshew and get a nice stash. On top of that, he is accurate. He's got a quick release. He's got really good touch on his ball. He is pretty good pre-snap at identifying coverages and finding where to go with the ball. Negatives: he's small. He's about 6'1", which is relatively small. He looks small on the field. He doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, which oftentimes gets him into trouble. Some games he has trouble in terms of losing control of the ball and throwing interceptions. There's certain games where he just has bad game and he'll throw like 2 or 3 picks. But oftentimes he does a pretty good job controlling the ball and keeping possession and being a turnover-free guy. He can scramble better than you would think. He's got some quickness, some good pocket presence to him. In his rookie season, he actually had 21 touchdowns and only 6 picks, which is a really good rookie season. And he was 6-6 as a starter for the Jags. He also had 3 game-winning drives and 3 fourth-quarter comebacks. He's also been a pretty productive player, in Jacksonville with his first season, 21 touchdowns, 6 picks. His second season, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's been in Philadelphia for 2 years as a backup, where he played pretty well in 2021 and 2022. And, you look back at the game that he played against the Cowboys, I thought was pretty impressive, but then he didn't play as well against the Saints. So Minshew's I think a good bridge option with a lot of admirable traits that will make him a fun quarterback to watch for the Raiders, especially with the receivers that they have. Now, in terms of Christian Wilkins, yes, he is definitely entertaining. Aiden O'Connell, not so much. In terms of Christian Wilkins, he is awesome. Christian Wilkins is one of the best defensive players at his position in the NFL. Christian Wilkins is a complete and utter monster. They signed him to a 4-year, $110 million deal. They pair him up with Max Crosby, $84.75 guaranteed. Antonio Pierce wanted his defense They have one of the most underrated defensive coordinators in the NFL. In terms of his stats, I'm looking them up. Christian Wilkins played 17 games. He had 9 sacks, which was a career best this year, 65 tackles, and 2 passes defense, 23 quarterback hits, which was 10 more than any season in his career. Early in his career, he played primarily in Flores' defense, which is a totally different scheme from Vic Fangio. These past couple of years, he played in more of a Vic Fangio style of defense, or at least in 2023 he did, which catapulted his numbers to 9 sacks. I think that did have an influence on that in terms of the scheme. Now, he is also an extraordinarily good run defender. He was the 29th graded player at his position by PFF this year, which is not as good as his grades in 2021, which was 6th, and 2022, which is 9th. Take that for what it's worth. He was drafted in 2019. He's a 1995. He is 28 years old. And in terms of run defense, he's put up some crazy numbers. I'm actually going to try to pull up the stats for the advanced stats for the run stops and things like that. I know for a fact that last year he led the NFL in run stops at the defensive tackle position. So last year, hold on, 2022, he had 46 run stops, which is 10 more than second place. He had 12.4 stop percentage. In 2023, again, scheme change, more sacks, less run defense oriented. Let's see where he ranked in terms of stops. So this past season, he did not, I'm trying to find where he is, to be honest with you. Derek Brown was first. Shout out to him of the Carolina Panthers. Can I find Christian Wilkins? What team do they have them listed under? So is he listed under Vegas? No, he's not. Listed under Miami? Okay, he had 24. So that is 18th. Tied for 18th. So still pretty good, but not nearly as good as the year before. Percentage-wise, 6.9, 36 tackles in the run game. In terms of his pressure stats, looking up the pressure stats. He's a big boy, though. He is 6'4", 310. Absolute beast. And now I think what this does for the Raiders, as my thing is loading here, and I don't even know if it's going to show up. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, both great against the run, both great pass rushers, one from the interior, one from the edge. So what this allows you to do now is put less bodies in the front seven to stop the run. It's easier to stop the run. You don't have to put as much effort into it, which helps your defense. When you do stop the run, you get in better opportunities to rush the quarterback. When you do rush the quarterback now, you've got better pass rushing capabilities and players to rush the quarterback. So it's simple defensive math. If you're better against the run, you're better against the pass because of it. If you're better against the pass, you get off the field more. If you can get more pressure, you can get more interceptions. It's just a trickle-down effect. So that's exactly what he does. In terms of pressures at his position, he ranked 9th this year. In terms of hits, he ranked 3rd this year. In terms of win percentage, not as high. But again, he played, let me see, what's this? True pass rushing snaps. Okay, I didn't even know that was a stat. Anyways, you guys understand. He's really good. And he's worth the money. And he's in the prime of his career. And it's rare that players like this get to the market. And it's worth to pay these guys the money when they get there, especially when you have the money. So I like the Minshew signing for morale, for leadership, for culture, for all that. He fits the gritty nature, the underdog nature of Antonio Pierce, and Wilkins embodies it through his play. Great signings for the Raiders. I think they did some business today. Some good stuff.